with Thursday nights. Whoa, what are we doing tonight? Thursday nights, damn guys, what are we doing? Not product research, that's for sure. This is the growth class. Michaela, welcome. Let me get myself sorted out here. Give me a second, everybody. This is the masterclass. Aaron and Brad, welcome. All right, I'm gonna share my screen. We'll jump right in. Hey, we don't have time to wait around. I certainly don't. Growth masterclass. Here we go. We didn't get through everything last week, so we'll jump straight in. Hello, Diane, Aaron, and Brad. Okay, you guys are in. We're first up. Let's review your website, mainly ad account. You've launched your campaign twice with new content. Can't seem to land a sale. All right, printing shears. Let's go. Tidy go. Pain-free pruning. No more hand strain. Clean, precise cuts for healthier plants. Faster and more efficient pruning. You see how you've got some really good benefits here. Effortless, pain-free use. Cuts through thicker branches easily. Quick one-handed operation. Well, those should actually be on your main product image here. And the reason why you want that is 80% of your traffic is going to be coming in here on mobile. And if you come in on mobile, actually the first and only bit of thing you'll see on the Facebook screen is this. So the first job that you have to do to get a sale, the very first thing, obviously, is get a click, right? So that's the first thing. First thing, get a click. So your ad's got to be good. We'll go through your ads in a second. The second thing you got to do is once you get the click, you got to keep them on your page. And that's a challenge in itself. So the first thing that I see when I land on your page should be a confirmation that this is what I saw, and this will give me the benefits that you sold me in the ad. So you want to have somewhere in your ad here something to point out the key benefits of your ad. And I like these. These are great key benefits. I'm hoping that you have these on your ads when we go to look at them. But I want to see them as the very first thing that I see. We're going to continue looking at this through mobile. Now, you got buy one, buy two, buy three. Fair enough. Battery options. Two times battery, one times battery. I guess I have a question here. The problem is if I'm looking at your product and I have a question, I'm not going to ask you. There's no pop-up on your site to ask. I'm not saying you should install one or anything. It's just if I have a question, what do? I close down the tab and I go on with my life, and you've lost the sale. So you got battery here 1 times, 2 times, and I can see here 2 times is what you're preferring people to buy. I'd probably start with 1, so it's 226 as your default option, but what you need is some explanation here. Yes, I can choose the battery, but how long will that battery last exactly? Just so I can tell, just so I have an idea of which one I should buy. If you want people to buy the 2 times battery, you can make 1 times battery default, but you can change the value of this to be 2 times battery, and you could say something like star most popular, or everybody buys this. I'll give you an example on my own website. Oops, that's the admin. Okay. So let's go have a look at a product on my website. And you see down here, I've got 50 times 50 recommended sites, and that's something you can do too. Down here, I wanted to make it so that if you're new, you still know which one to get. Square or round? Well, most people buy square. Okay, well, go with that one. So it alleviates the questions, and it helps people understand what to buy. We've got to make it easy for them. All right, the only way to prune. Simply attach the battery, and that's it. Prune to your heart's content. Really? It's not really true, though, because it's got a battery. So how long does a battery last? Long-lasting, quick quick charging batteries. Cool, but again, how long is it going to last? After turning on the power switch, the switch needs to be pressed. So you don't need to go through here and tell me the operation of this, okay? Sell this to me. I don't need to know the ins and the outs of how many times to press a button. All right, one sec, guys. Sorry, had a message. Okay. Yeah, get rid of this. This is junk. Tell me why this is the only way to prune. Tell me the benefits. Tell me how we can prune through thick trees without getting hand cramps. Sell me the dream. Don't sell me the operational manual. Why it's better for you. Manual shears can get cool. That should be the first thing. Battery shears remove the physical stress. Yep, cool. They're ideal for anyone. Great. That's how you sell this to me, not the other junk. Better for your plants. Clean. Yeah, cool. Minutes, not hours. Improve your pruning by 5. Yep, that's great. That should be way up the top. That's important. So we've got a whole bunch of things to change on the website. Now, all those changes that we're going to make, they're going to impact your ads in a positive way. Let's go check out your ads. Do I have access to your store? Tidy Go. Let's have a look. Give me a second here. Ads. Just searching now. Just give me a second. Tidy. Your Tidy Go? Yeah, okay. We gotcha. Okay, we've spent $47 in testing. Cool. Cost per click. CTR. Oh, the CTR is, I think it's going to be pretty bad. Let's customize these columns so I can get a better understanding. We want CTR. What I'm looking for is a unique click-through rate. Great. And then I'm looking for cost per click, link click. Oh, 50. So we spent $50 and we, oh, that's okay. The CPM's okay. Why didn't that work? Where are my details? Bloody hell, Facebook. What did you do? What did you do? Cost per clink. Clink. It's there. Apply. It's been a pain. Sorry, guys. It's been a real piece of crap. It's my Facebook page isn't loading properly. I don't know if this is like a bug with Facebook right now, but it's not enabling me to scroll. There we go. There we go. There it is. Okay. Cost per link click at $3.62. It's a little bit high. Your CTR is actually not bad here. 1.7. You're on the right track. What are we using? What's the best ad here? 2% click-through rate on the C1.
I almost gave up gardening because of arthritis until I found this. I saw a video about these electric cordless pruning shears and decided to give them a go. They effortlessly glide through branches like butter.
Effortlessly glide through branches. Where was that on the website?
They cut cleanly with just one finger on the trigger.
Just one trigger of finger. Is that what you said? That was a good one.
No pain. They're super lightweight and fully rechargeable.
Super lightweight and fully rechargeable.
If your hands can't handle manual shears anymore, seriously, they're worth every penny.
Worth every penny. This is gold. Look, your ad's telling you what to do because people are liking this ad the most. The best thing to do is you take elements from your best ad and you make sure they're on your website. Look at this one here, C3. This has got a 3. That's not the one I wanted, isn't it? Here we go. This has got a 1.5% click through. $3 cost per click. What's this one? Cut branches like butter. Why isn't that on? Why isn't this your product image? Stick a tree behind there and you're done. Your ads are fine, Aaron. I don't think you have an ad problem. You got a landing page problem. Did I see a pop-up? Can't remember. Let's have a look. I'm just doing this in a incognito window that you can't see. Just checking to see if there's a pop-up. Here we go. Get 10% off. What is your pop-up sign-up rate? What I'd love you to do, Aaron, is to have a chat with our friend Jimmy and see what Jimmy can recommend about making your website convert a bit higher and bring some of those cool elements from your ads into your landing page. And that's really, really going to help. I promise. 10% sign up rate. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. With a 10% sign up rate to your emails. And I hope you don't, like that's your sign up rate. Yeah. So 10% of people coming to your website, you had 5 signups, yeah, to your emails. You had 5 signups. If you're able to get 10% signups, you should definitely be able to get sales. And what was the price of this? Oh, Jesus Christ, that's expensive. Is that the right price? How much are you buying these for? Jesus, they're like $36 on AliExpress. Yeah, we don't always go by the we don't always go by 3 times margin. If it's a high ticket item, you can go 2.5 if it makes sense. We can get these from China for around about somewhere between 50 to 80 bucks. So the 3 times that. I mean, think about it like this. If it costs 70 bucks to get a sale off Facebook, which it could hopefully a bit less, around 80 bucks off eBay, I'd sell this for 199 with a $10 discount, and I'd see if you get any add to carts. I think that 240 mark for this is a little bit too expensive. I'd probably put the price up for the people buying 2 batteries, so it makes more sense that way. And we got to try and find that nice medium level to get those add to carts. So 3 times margin for most products is cool, but for a high ticket item, you got a bit more room to move there. And obviously we can get this cheaper for you. Like once you sell a few, I'll let you know how you get in touch with the supplier, and we can see if we can supply this to you cheaper than what you can get from eBay. All right, you got some work to do, Aaron. Let's get going. All right, Rosaline. Oh dear, you're in hospital with trouble. I'm so sorry. So sorry, Rosaline. Well, I wish you the best of recovery. Working on your website. Sent an invitation, meta under Jolly Ride? Jolly. Let me have a look. You're welcome. You're welcome, Aaron. And or Brad. Both of you. We can make this work, guys. So hold on. I'm looking for Jolly. All right. Hold on a second. Let's see if I can find it. I don't see Jolly Ride, and I don't see the invitation. One sec. I'll just do a search for invite in my inbox. Glam Glow, Luxid, Poor Comfort, Fit 20, Pure Haven, Luxid. Jolly Ride, here we go. Ah. I may have already accepted it. Let's have a look. Almost there. Alright, I'm in. Jolly Ride. You got any ads? I don't. I'll go to the business settings. That's why I couldn't find it. I don't have access to your ads. I've only got access to your business. Let me fix that now. Sorry, Facebook's just loading very slowly. Ad accounts. Okay, that's the one. Give Chris access. Oh, that's weird. I can't sign assets. Ad account. Okay, here we go. Done. Let me refresh my screen. Shannon. Can I review your store and ads this call? Trying for 3 months. All right, Shannon, you know what? I will do yours next. Do yours next. That sounds like a dire need. All right. Jolly Ride. Okay. Rosalind, let me read the rest of this. This invitation got you. I'm in. C3 is fairly good at winning ads. Stands out in terms of hook and rates. Holding rates. Also, the link click's pretty good, but attracts older people above 55. In fact, all your ads are attracting older people, including your C2 hook, which is specifically targeting parents. All right. Okay, let's look at your ads here. Blowback. $90 per sale. We've sold 2. 60. No. This is not how we do targeting. Dude. No, Rosaline. Absolutely not. No, guys. What are we doing here? Okay, so this says broad mixed gender. Cool. And this is broad male 25. Why are we no. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, just because Facebook allows you to pick your gender and your age, don't for a second think that you know audience targeting better than Facebook. Yes, you might have an idea. Hey, I want parents to see this. I think this is a good product for mums and dads. I'm only going to show this to men. No.
Feel like it's a constant battle against
oh, dear God, that ad is awful. Ugh. I'm sorry. I can't watch that.
Feel like it's
I would scroll so fast seeing that I wouldn't see the rest of your ad.
Feel like it's a constant battle against calmness.
It's so flickery. I don't usually say this. Usually I tell people it's not their ads, but in this case, it's your ads. It's really your ads. We do not ever want to use gender or age-based targeting on Facebook. For one, Facebook sometimes doesn't know your age or your gender. Sometimes people have hidden those from the profile and said to Facebook, I don't want you to know my age or gender. In that case, your targeting's all off. Two, Facebook knows. Facebook knows who it's targeting. If it's targeting a grandparent, it's doing that on purpose. It's doing that because it thinks that that person's buying habits link up with the kind of buying habits that will sell this product. It is very clever. We don't want to do its job for it. We don't need to do targeting that way. You can target interests. You could target parenting interests if you really, really wanted to, but never, ever, ever target ages or gender. Never. Even with diamond painting, guys. Look at this. Like, this is a craft mostly for women. Mostly for women. And my audience is mostly for women. When I first started, I was targeting women only. And I was targeting women over 50. Huge mistake. Because yes, most of my customers are women over 50. Does that mean that men don't do this? Absolutely not. There's a huge amount of men around the world, millions of men. Even though it's only 1% of my customer base are men, there's a large amount of men who will buy my products if they just saw the ad. And the age range, yes, most of my clients, most of my customers are like, in their 40s and 50s. There's a whole bunch of crafters from 18 to 50 that I could be targeting around the world that I would have missed if I had just stuck to my original targeting. Target with your words. Target with your ads, but never. And when I say target with your ads, you don't want to say, hey, this is a product just for women who are in their 20s. No, you use your language in your ads to try and target the people that you want to target. So, for example, if you're targeting younger people, you use younger hip words that I probably don't even know what they're saying. That seems like another language. I'm that old. If you're talking about older people, my age and parents, use the kind of language that parents are using these days. The kind of issues that they're dealing with. That's how we target. Now, looking in here, the ad itself, and I'm sorry that I was so harsh, but we need to fix this. That beginning is just, it's too jarring for me. The car messes are cool. It's just the what do you call it? The transitions that are really off-putting.
To drag out the bulky vac for cleaning.
I like what you're saying, and I like the vacuum cleaner.
For a paid service, and I was literally disappointed with every portable vacuum cleaner I tried before. Until I got this blow vac, 4-in-1. This thing blew me away.
You can cut a lot of this into some really good short clips that will make together a great ad. It's got all the ingredients in to make a great ad. You just need to remix this a little bit.
Its suction power is just a beast.
All right, let's check out your stats on this real quick. Quality. I don't know why it's got a high quality ranking. Engagement ranking average, conversion ranking average. All right. So look at performance and clicks. CPM is decent, so I like that. That's a good CPM. Anything below 50 is good. In the 20s, even better. The CTR is not bad for the version 3, and if you compare the C3 LV3 with the other one, this is a little bit gentler. Like, it's still got that bit there. But if you look at C7, it was really in your face. Boom, boom, boom.
I feel like it's a constant.
Ugh, and then the voice is too fast. So people are liking C3 more. It's got a much higher click-through rate, 0.7% higher. Cost per click is lower by 65 cents. You need to remix this, and we need some actual static images in this game. Videos alone don't get sales, guys. We need static images, and some really nice ones. I've seen some lovely static images of this exact product before. So you got your work cut out for you. Let's go check out your landing page real quick. Nice. Very nice. That is a beautiful image. It's a little bit messy around here because you're not really pointing to where I need to see. So there's just one slight improvement you could do there. Nice. Nice. I wouldn't say big brand suction. I don't think that's quite right there. We need to think of some other way to say like big suction. Is that how you spell maneuver? Or am I just dumb? It is. I'm just dumb, apparently. Quick clean in seconds, no mess. This is nice. It's nice that you got it out of stock, actually. We want to have a picture in silver and a picture in black gold. I don't know which one this is because you need to assign a proper image to each variant. There's too much text here. I want you to show rather than tell. These are great. These are very good. But this is very unstructured. So this part of the page, fantastic. This part of the page down here is getting worse and worse and worse. And like it looks like an upside down Christmas tree. You got a big base, less information, less information, and less information. And no, it's sort of, it loses its spark. What I'd like you to work with Jimmy as well. See what we can do to streamline some of this information to make it a little bit more engaging and flowy, and just, you know, just to show what I mean by that. Let's just pick a product. Product. Here we go, mandala. That'll do. People can't get into the chat. Oh man, that's the problem. Is that why no one's in the chat? I've heard that happen to a few other people in Freedom lately. I can't fix it. I think it's a bug with Freedom. I'm so sorry, guys. Can you get in the chat on YouTube for me? That would be great. Jump into YouTube. Chat to me there if this isn't working. It says it's ended. Well, that sucks. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Am I in the wrong live stream? Is this one website reviews call? What the hell? No, that's the right one. I'm in. No, that was it. It says live now. This must be a bug, guys. Try hard refresh. I'll put in my YouTube thingy at the top here so everyone can jump in though. I was wondering where everybody was. For anyone who's complaining, if you guys could just give them a link to the YouTube here, that'll mean they can at least join in and have a chat and tell me what's going on. All right. So, in terms of structure of a page, we got everything you can buy up here. All right. Then we've got videos, a nice visual element. We've got the ideal outcome. We've got quality of what we're buying. We've got nicely structured text. We've got the features of the kit that's called out here. We've got the extra things that I add into the kit for free. And you just see how it's nicely structured, and that's what I want for Jolly right here. And that will make all the difference too. Because when we're selling something for this much money, the landing page has to match that. Now, your images, spot on. Your colors are spot on. But here's where it starts to go downhill. So let's get that fixed. And that will help your ads as well. Ads wise, again, we need more video. We need remixed video. We need a lot more a lot more static images, okay? In terms of targeting, at this point, I would recommend you got the one campaign, just run a broad campaign here with at least 5 to 10 ads inside of it. Come back after a week of running that, you will probably have had some sales. And if not, then we can retool and have a look. Okay? That's what I recommend. All right. We're going to skip to Shannon, who's having some trouble. All right, Shannon. You ordered UGC. It didn't work as they had the wrong creator. They didn't align with your brand. Attached is your Shopify. You gave me access to Look Remy AU. You're not profitable and you've lost 400. Okay. Let's take a look at what you got here. All right. Yeah, we can already see the problem here. Right here. You're not even getting enough add to carts yet. Like, seriously, this is well and truly beyond the danger zone. That is awful. Look Remy. Let's have a look at Look Remy. Okay, what are we selling here? What's the current thing that you're trying to promote? Shannon. I'll let you know if we need to pivot. I'll let you know. We'll be figuring that out in a second. Website looks nice. I'm guessing it's the cellulite thing. It's the trio is where your ads are going. All right. Yep. Okay. Anti-cellulite trio. Good job on the website. It looks professional. Okay. 179.99 AUD. I have a feeling that might be it because looking at what you told me and just looking at the data, our problem is right here. The add to cart rate is too low for anything else to work. That's the break point. Now you've done a good job. You've got your things down here. I have a feeling that it doesn't look like a product that's worth $179. Can you, and I could be wrong here, Shannon, can you show me your competitors for this? We'll go have a look at them as well. This kind of makes it look like a $179 product. But this doesn't quite. It kind of looks like a piece of plastic. So you've done such a good job. That's a bit gross. Okay, you reduced the price? Okay. All right, let's link me up with your biggest competitors and we'll do a comparison. So here's what we have. Look Remy, anti-cellulite trio, reduced cellulite in weeks. A bit small. Let me pop this down in a mobile. Reduced cellulite in weeks, real results fast. $10 off trio, use Glow 10. Levi, can you show me a new product that will definitely catch the train in Europe? I could, Levi, but this is not a product review. This is a deep dive session. Head over to my product review on when I do them. I do them before this stream, and I can show you a product to sell. All right, now this one here, way cheaper, way cheaper, and it looks like a different product because of that. I don't know. Just it looks like it's worth more. Done a great job. Look at that. I love that beginning. The only thing I don't like about it is that's a whole image there, but 5 ways to transform your body. Great. Hey, Jimmy. All right, so Shannon, how much does this cost you to buy? Bio to Spa. We'll have a game plan shortly, Shannon. I just gotta, before I tell you what to do, I've got to understand the whole concept. Thanks, Bailey. I don't see it here straight up. $60 bundle. You see how these guys are positioning their product here? And you can see that there's technology in it. It's in the kit. This kind of helps me feel like their product is worth more. God, this website's awful. Okay. $135 for a body sculpt kit. Dear Lord, how does anybody shop here? They don't even show you the bloody thing. Okay, this is an awful example, and the reason why these guys are getting sales is probably, is this in like Mecca or something? Yeah, these guys don't need to have a high converting website. They've probably got loads of investment money and lots and lots of advertisement money. It's not. This website's atrocious. Absolutely atrocious. Best-selling body sculpting tool, clinically proven, 3-step sculpting ritual, clinically proven results. It includes that. They do a really good job here, though, of what to expect after 21 days. That is pretty good. Okay, and where are we? Well, look around me. Okay. First results in 2 weeks. Experience visible improvements quickly in just 2 weeks. Yeah, Insta is process. Okay. So they've got a huge Insta following. Yeah. And they've probably got really good ads. Look, I don't think I see any big issues with the website. I don't know if we can improve this anymore. Well, too much more. Like there's always improvements. Just look at this value. And that does seem fair, you know? 359, you're going to get it for 100, 179. That's pretty good. Let's look in your ads. I got ads access here. Let's take a look. Hold on, Shannon. Hold on. I need to understand the full picture. I know you probably want to hear pivot, don't you? We gotta find the problem, because is that section installed under free shipping CTA guarantee? Hold on, I'll come back to that, Bailey. Don't worry, Shannon. I'll have a game plan for you. I gotta understand the full picture. We won't stop until you have a game plan, okay? Okay. All right, so we spent $1,000. Here's where we'll focus. Oof. All right. My first bit of advice to all of you. If you're looking at this, if you've spent even half as much of this and you're only getting this many purchases, we got a problem. Just stop. Just pause for a minute. And please, get your coaches to DM Chris as an emergency, because we got to do some surgery. All right, 4 purchases. So a lot of these are wasting money. Let's go for amount spent. Creative testing, C17 trio, 4 purchases. Okay, that's nearly okay. But then we got horizontal scaling, C17. So scaling didn't work. Creative testing, okay, there's a lot going on here. In terms of click-throughs, what do we have? Even your best. I mean, okay. Oh, look at these CPMs. God, that's expensive. Look at this. Your click-throughs are really good. So your ads are probably, we'll have a look at your ads in a second. They're really good, but because your CPMs are so high, Facebook's giving you speeding tickets. It's like, hey, you know, good job on your good ads, but we're going to charge you a bucket load anyway. Yeah, that's no good. That's no good. Oh, and we've only got one ad in here. There's only one ad. That's definitely part of the problem. Have you got an ad set in here that has like 10, 15 ads or something? Yep. Dude, I know this problem. I know the problem here. I know the problem really well. Look, if you want to pivot at this point, I will fully support you. It's not a bad option. But no, hold on. I know you got more ads, Shannon, but an ad set needs more than one ad. Like, unless you're just doing testing, you need more than one ad. We can't scale an ad set with just one ad in it. It's just not possible. And all of these spends... Oh, okay, so we have this one here. Creative testing, broad C20. %4 click-through. Why did you turn this one off? You were nearly there. You had a sale at $80. You could have kept this one going. You could have had another sale, and then you'd end down to $40 per sale. This needed more time to bake. This one here. I don't mean to yell at you. I'm getting. Oh, that's a nice ad. I'm getting excited. Getting a bit overexcited. Okay, C20. And we're looking at this C20. Yeah, the 82 cents. Okay, $82 per CPM. Gotcha. The problem is, and it's the problem that I initially had when I did Lush Living, when I first started doing it. It's very clickbaity. And when you have a clickbaity title and you don't describe much about your ad, what actually happens is you attract a whole bunch of clicks because they're curious, especially with that C17. This is the problem here. This is a curious video. It describes nothing. It doesn't describe the problem. It doesn't describe the solution. It has this weird clicky kind of thing that people are like, what is that? That looks cool. I think I could do that. That might feel good. Is this for a massage? Is this like stimming? What is this thing? They're clicking through. They're going to your website. They're spending a couple of seconds on your website and going, nah, that's not for me. And what's happened here is Facebook is seeing that. Facebook is seeing that people are clicking and going, nope. And when that happens, they assume it's a clickbaity website. It's a poor performing website. It's scaring people off. They put your CPM higher because they don't want that kind of ad on their system. So that's why this has happened to you. And unfortunately, it's going to be very tricky to turn this around. It can take time to convince Facebook that, and you can do it. I did it on Lush, but it can take time to convince Facebook that, hey, people do want to see my product. And the way that we do that is we sell them the ideal outcome in the ad. And then we repeat the ideal outcome on our landing page. That's the problem here, Shannon. We've got to get your CPM, either on this product or your next product, down with better ads. And I know that's tricky, but trust me, that is the problem here. That's why this isn't working for you. And the evidence of that is right here, which is why I needed to understand the full circle here. The evidence of this is right here. Look at all the sessions to add to carts. It's not necessarily, why can't I say necessarily? It's not necessarily the price. We've got competitors selling this for around the similar price. But it's people who are curious about what the hell was going on without knowing the solution or the benefits or the problem, coming in and going, yeah, nah. And then Facebook going, well, that's a terrible website. We better punish poor Shannon here for having a bad user experience, even though your user experience was actually not bad. It's just people clicking off that got Facebook's alarm bells up. So that's why we got to really nail that problem solution. If you wanted to restart with a different product, look, it's probably worth it. I think it'll be quicker to make a new product than it would be to turn this one around. So I hope that helps. Now, I wouldn't go and create a brand new website. I wouldn't, when I've had this happen to me in the past, I went and created a new ad account. That wasn't the solution. That didn't help at all. It was really just nailing the right ads with the right product. And when I did that, it's just, oh yeah, look, we got $40 CPMs. Here we go. We can do this all day. All right, Bailey and Jessica. Since you've asked so nicely. Need some more direction. Okay. Freshwater filter. Shannon, you got this. Like you've developed a lot of skills, and just remember, I failed so many times. Well, I failed more than anybody here in this entire course, and there's thousands of you guys. I failed so many times, but you know what? I've won more than all of you as well. If you want to win in this game, you got to play the game. So for every 3 or 4 failures, I've got a big win, and that's all. It just takes a tough exterior, developing those skills, and trying again. You will have success, and once you have success, you're going to have more success. You gotta break some eggs to make an omelet. You gotta f up some websites to make some money. All right, Pure Haven freshwater filter. This is the one. Look, this is a decent product. I know that there are students out there. Well, this looks nice now. You fix that up. That's very nice. The students out there selling this or something similar, and I know they got a few sales. I don't know if it's a good time to jump in on this particular one because, you know, they've dominated the market, and coming in after a brand has dominated the market in a small market like Australia can be tricky. But I was looking at some of this on AliExpress. I found some filters that, like, to be honest with you, I wouldn't install this at my home. There is no way I'd want this cheap looking plasticky thing on my home. But if you go to AliExpress, let me look at tap water filters. Man, you guys are lucky I research everything. Oh, damn. Sorry, Dennis. I wasn't looking at my thing. You test a badge with 5 creatives. Each creative is allowed to spend up to the average order value. If it remains profit at break even, it stays active. If it gets turned off, I don't work that way. And if you work that way, if you try and give yourself cut and dry rules like that, you're going to end up potentially stopping a lot of winning ads. It's not about whether or not one individual ad in your ad set is making profit. It's about the overall ad sets. Is the average cost per purchase where you need it to be on the entire ad set or not? If not, maybe it's time to cull some of the ads that are spending. Rhonda, I will get back to you. I will cull some of the ads that are overspending that maybe are pushing the average back up. But sometimes the ads that spend the most money are actually your best ads, even though they might not get the sales, because the ads below it are the retargeting ads that someone's just seen, clicked, and then purchase. Siren, these products don't actually work. They don't remove half the things. I actually have myself, because I have a proper water filter machine, a proper one. None of this stuff here. I got like a $4,000 one, and it removes everything. If you're going to be getting one of these, you want to be going with the underwater, not the underwater ones, the underbench ones. But I wouldn't sell these on a Shopify store because you got the whole, like, people aren't going to want to actually go in and install this in the home. Rhonda, how do I know if that's the case? We got to look at the click-through rates. We've got to paint a picture with our experience. We've got to, like, if you have an ad that's getting all of the spend and is wildly out of your cost per purchase, what you do is you make a note in your diary. You keep a diary every day of your changes. You make a note, say on the 17th, or what's today? The 5th or the 6th, I turned off A1. And you come back in 2 or 3 days' time and you look at your average. Did your average go up or down? And that way you know if turning the ad off was good or bad. That's how you know. And being pedantically, what's the word I'm looking for? Like being hard on yourself to document what you're doing in a spreadsheet. I work with a team, and my team is on me because I'm terrible at this stuff. I'm terrible at documenting, but they're on me. They're like, Chris, did you document that change in the calendar? Sometimes I'll use, actually, this is a good trick for you guys. Something I've been doing lately. I've been using Google Calendar to make notes for myself. So go into like I'll make a change today. I'll note it in the calendar. I'll say on the 6th, on the 5th of the 6th, I did this to my ad account. And I make a note for 3 days time to go and look at what I did and make sure it's still good. It just reminds me of where I was. Syrian, you feel like something that is an ideal option if it worked for people who can't spend 4K on filtration. Yeah, look, I mean, exactly. Not everyone can spend that kind of money. I was looking at this one here as an example. So I was thinking about launching a store that was selling this. And the reason why I like this one is it looks neater. It's chrome. It's got the temperature gauge there. So it looks like something you could sell for $90. And it looks a lot like an easier sell. Does it actually work? I mean, it's better than tap water, right? It's got to be better than tap water. Does it do all the things that it says? It'll be up for you to go and test. It's certainly better than tap water. I mean, if that makes you feel any better. I'd be looking at some of these that are a bit bigger, that have better filters involved. I mean, this one does look like it has a bigger filter. You could probably do some of the testing yourself. That one looks nice too. Something like that might be good. You can go and buy this for yourself, right? Go and buy a bunch of these. So my next store that I'm going to be building, I'm going to be building it on my YouTube channel actually. I'm going to be starting this week, maybe even tomorrow, maybe probably on the weekend to be honest. I will be starting up a Patreon and I'll be doing daily videos of myself launching a brand new store. I'm going to show you guys each step of the way what I do. We're going to be documenting all of my F-ups and all my wins, and I'll be probably on camera getting emotional when things aren't working. But what I'm going to be doing is it's a snoring store that I'm going to be building, by the way. I'm going to be buying myself a whole bunch of snoring products from eBay and from Amazon because I know what I want. I've got what I want already from a big name brand. I'm going to be testing them all and selling the ones that I think suit best. That way I know for sure that what I'm selling is quality that I would use. If you wanted to sell these, you could buy this, go to Bunnings, and go get a ppm device. I think it's called a ppm device. You get them from a gardening store as well, something that they use to test the soil, and it will tell you how many particles per million comes out of this so that you can be assured that what you're selling is good. But yeah, that's my advice for you on this one. Go find a more premium looking one. Maybe buy it, test it out. And then, because what you've done is great, by the way. The things that you've done here, showing the GIF of installing it, 10 out of 10. The imagery, 10 out of 10. You're really getting there. Seeing, is that you? That's great. Seeing you promoting your own product, I love that. Amazing. And now that you've neatened this up, this looks nice. This looks really nice. Good icons there too. Did Jimmy help you with this? Because this is starting to look very, very nice. Your reviews here, awesome. I would have this as the very first thing on my page. I'd have this in like, if you look at some of the websites that we've been looking at lately, for example, where is a good one? I think I've closed them all down from my last stream. One of the things that I've been seeing, I wish next time I find it, I'm going to favorite it so I can show you guys. But one of the formats that I've been seeing more and more as I've been doing my product research streams is people are going away from having the add to carts up the top here, and I'm seeing ideal outcomes as the heading, and then text and an image, more ideal outcomes down here. And as you scroll down to finally see probably the add to cart page down here, you're already kind of sold. You already know what your ideal outcome is, and you're just wanting the price. So this kind of thing here should be the very first thing we see, I think, personally. PFAS, lead, chlorine, the news is out, protect your home. It's not the easiest thing to read. I do like your imagery here. You could even, because this has been on these newspapers, you could even have, as seen on, and have all of a ticker scrolling here of all the places that I've talked about PFAS chemicals and chlorine down here. But I'd have that up here. And then I'd have like the solution for it underneath with your installs, and then I'd probably try and have you add to carts. Maybe that would be a better format. It's worth testing. I don't like the funny background color here because you've got cream and then white. It looks a little amateur. I do love this though. I don't love this. Yeah, no, I don't love this at all. I think it's a bit of a waste of space because you've already talked about it up here. You got the things that you're drinking. This is cool. Really nice imagery. I love this. This is fantastic. If you get your next product, if you're going to sell something a little bit more, you know, higher ticket, you can replace that with this bit here, but this bit looks nice. Was this ChatGPT? I don't know why, but ChatGPT just has this, it's got this buttery filter look. I don't know what it is. Why does everything ChatGPT makes look so creamy? I filter from your tap. This doesn't look great. There's something about how you're presenting this bit here. I don't think we need this. We don't need in this way. It should be image, text, image, heading, text, and then text. Sorry, image, heading, text, heading, text, image. You know what I mean? This is nice here. Not too bad. Not that great though. I mean, you can probably get some more. You know, go out there and go and look at all the competitors out there selling similar stuff and see if you can find some inspiration for these bits here. And instead of having this down here, this is great by the way, but you probably want to have a nice beautiful seal, like a nice big guarantee seal. That's my advice. Feel free to take it. Feel free to continue selling this one. It is completely up to you. You're on the right track, I think. But let me know what you decide to do. And if you do well with any of these filters, yeah, let me know. I'm interested to know. Some of these look pretty cool. I genuinely will want to buy one for my home just to test out. This sort of stuff really does interest me. You might want to try some oh, that's cool. But that's not going to have very good filtering. You might want to also try as a side product maybe some shower filtering. There was a shower filter that I was looking at selling as well. I never did launch it, but one of my clients from a completely separate business that I do, they do their Google ads. I think it was this one here. Literally bought this from another dropshipping store the day that he came to meet me, and I was like, whoa. Whoa. That's a good sign for a good product. What CPM should you be aiming for? So it really depends. I know that you might be alarmed if you see a CPM above 60 and you might be thinking you've done something wrong, but sometimes a CPM above 60 is just that expensive because there's lots of other products that are trying to vie for that particular audience. On the stores that I have, like Home Craftology, CPM I think is about $30 to $40. It's very, very cheap. Sometimes even 20. But I have a wide audience and I sell to a lot of countries. When we're talking about a specific set of Australians, that's when the CPM can go up. How you keep it down is having really good ads that get really good clicks. And sometimes it's not about the CPM. So let's just say you can't get your CPM below $50 to $60 because you're selling a product that generally people who buy a lot of things generally buy that kind of product. If you can't get the CPM down, you've got to get the CTR up. So if you get the CPM can't get lower, you counteract it with a really engaging, really good ad that gets the clicks. But you got to be careful. It can't be clickbaity. If it's clickbaity, it will definitely not work because then your CPM will just keep going up. How do we market? Do I think you can work from Egypt to other markets? 100%. Doesn't matter where you live. You can create a store that looks like it's from Australia and it's just shipped from China. Absolutely do that. I have a store from Australia that Americans think is American. Yeah, 2 sales last week out of 40 clicks, 7 add to carts, and 2. Dude, come on, that's fantastic. So 2 sales out of 40 clicks. You realize that's like a 5% conversion rate. But as you scale, you're probably going to find it difficult to keep going with that high conversion rate. That's all I'll say. All right, so who was next? I know I skipped somebody, and I do apologize. Aaron, we helped. Rosaline, we helped. Renee. We got Renee. We've got... Oh, man, I'm running out of time again. Bailey, we helped. Rhonda. Clear Tuesdays. Okay, we've got Clear Tuesdays, and we've got Amy, and that will be it for the night, guys. Yep, Rhonda, we'll get to you. So I'll just look at Amy first, and then I'll get to you, Rhonda, and then we'll have to call it a night. Hold on, I got a message here, probably from the missus. Hold on. From Romeo. Sec. Reason I gotta leave in as soon as I gotta pick up my kid from work. All right, my pause. You work until 8 Tuesday and Thursday. Have a look at your data. Shopify conversion is, whoa, 3.14. Nice. Okay, this one might be fairly easy. So we're looking for my pause. My pause. All right, my pause. Cost per click, very cheap. Look at the ROAS. Well, this is easy. Scale the puppy. Now, how do you scale? That's the question. We've got testing, great. Don't scale that one. That's just testing. We've got scaling and middle of funnel. Your middle of funnel is doing well. Great click through. I know this is click through all, but it's still great. We've got a ROAS, which is amazing. Yep. So pump this up from $10 a day. Let's see what happens at $20 a day. If $20 a day is great, let's see what happens at $30 a day. But you're looking great on your ROAS for your middle of funnel. That's fantastic. Now you're scaling. ROAS is quite good. You might find this a bit tricky to scale. How can I start marketing if I'm just starting? How much can it cost? Well, I started my first store. I started all my stores while I still had a day job. Do you have a day job? Basically, I think for home craftology, I started at $50 a day. And it didn't take long to start making money. I think I started getting at least breaking even to making $20 to $30 a day within the first couple of weeks. You might not be that successful sometimes. Like, that was my third store, home craftology. I think maybe one, two. Yeah, it was my third store. I think. Memory's a bit hazy. Not including like selling t-shirts on like the t-shirt websites that I used to sell. That was my third e-commerce store. And I still had no idea what I'm doing. So I was able to spend $50 a day for the first week and nearly maybe break even or lose a bit. But every day it was up and then down and up and then down. I just knew if I kept going, it would be good. So you want about $50 a day spare. If you got less than that, it's going to be tricky. It's going to be tricky because you got Shopify fees. You got to pay for your ads. You got to pay for your products. And sometimes it takes a few days for money to come into your account after you've received them in Shopify. So just bear that in mind. In terms of scaling this bad boy, it's looking pretty good. As long as you can keep your middle of funnel coming nicely, right? As long as you can keep this scaling nicely, you could put 20% each day on 20% each 3 days on your scaling campaign and add an extra $10 every week or every 4 days or whatever to your middle of funnel. Just slowly start increasing it and see how far you can push this watching your ROAS. That's my best advice there. And there will be a level where you can push this where you'll probably be breaking even. But if you feel like you're getting to the point where you're at the scaling point where you're just breaking even, then you scale it back a bit and we start looking at your next product. All right. That was an easy one. Who are we helping? Rhonda. And who are you? You are Clear Tuesdays. All right. Okay, Clear Tuesdays. 1 to 2 sales a day since you launched the ad. Should you try creating more Oh, okay. That's great. I'm concerned though. I mean, it's great that we got something. It's fantastic. I'm worried that you might get shut down using Haley after a certain amount of time. Honestly, I don't think it's the fact that it's Haley. I don't think it is. I think it's the fact that she did a really good job of this. It's the delivery. And yes, she's pretty. And yes, she's got a good presence on the camera. But what would be really cool is if you could have somebody replicate this and do something similar. It might be you replicating this at home in the mirror. And I'm not saying, you know, dress like her and talk like her. It's just replicating the process, putting stuff on the face, nice and calm. Because this versus your other ads are like straight down the throat. Buy my shit, buy my shit. This one's like calm, like this is my favorite thing to do. This is my routine. I put this cream on and then I put this under my eye patches and then this happens. Now, that can be replicated yourself. You can do that. Oh, I just had an idea. You can do that with some UGC from like used clip. You can do that with some UGC from the Freedom Club. You could say, hey, this is what's working. Freedom Club, please go and try and do this for me as in this style. But you could go ahead, right? Because this is working. And you could use ARC ads to go and do one of these. Like you make AI in the corner here and say whatever you want it to say and have Haley in the background. And she's like, yeah, this is Haley. And she uses this product and it's awesome. And yeah, that's how I do it. Should you turn on some of your other ads? Well, you know what? You should make some other ads that have this kind of, you see how it's toned down? You could take a screenshot from this almost where she puts the thing on. That could be an ad, right? And you can put your selling points. Are you using Dimas to make your ads beautiful? You could give this to ChatGPT and say, hey, make me a version of this that isn't Haley, you know, and have a person who doesn't exist as your main model, as your static images. But yes, it's good that you found this. It's good that it's starting to work, but we need more ads now. And we need to start getting creative about how we make those ads. Yusef, do you think you can achieve viral marketing instead of paid ads first? I mean, anything's possible, my friend, but I'm not a viral marketing guy. I've never found success doing that. It's not what I teach. I teach paid advertising. And that's how I found success. I'm not the guy to teach you how to do anything viral. And personally, it's going to be, I don't think it's going to work. It's like it's not risky. It's just very, very hard. Rhonda, should you turn off your other ads? Yeah, look, I think they've run their course, right? You've found the tap that you can turn on to make this work. But none of these other ads really brought you the results that you were looking for. So now that you've got something, all you need to do now is tap into that with your other creatives and make more of the same, more of the similar, right? You've got the blueprint here of how this should work. And all you have to do now, Rhonda, is make this work without Haley. That's your mission. Make this work without Haley. I'd be using all the tools in the book. I'd be using my AI. I'd be using Dimas and saying, "Hey, Dimas, my friend, make me an AI ad that looks like he's really good at AI." By the way, you know, I gave him a picture of someone's hand and a cloth and said, "Can you make it so she's holding the cloth?" And he did it with a bit of AI and then a bit of Photoshop. He's a bloody genius. Just got to tell him what to do. Hectic Plays, you just joined. What's going on? Well, you're actually at the end point of a masterclass in dropshipping, but thanks for joining. You're talking to all of my Freedom Club members over here. Whoops. So Dimas makes, and in fact, I'll get you his Upwork profile. Dimas does, look, he says he does video, but but he doesn't do very good video. Dimas does static images, and he does them really, really well. If you want video, Bilal does amazing video. That is for sure. But Bilal, I don't think Bilal's the right person to do your video. Your video is different. You need that extra spark in your video. So hold on, guys. I'm gonna get you Dimas. Man, I need to get myself an affiliate link for Upwork, because I've been sending them a lot of bloody people wanting Dimas's work. I'm gonna give you his profile link. He is very cheap. He makes all of my images for me. You know, you'll see his work and you're gonna be, oh yeah, that's Chris. I've trained this guy. I mean, I can't take credit for his talent, but I trained him to make the images that I wanted on my websites, and he excelled what I thought was possible, which is a real compliment to him. So I love working with this guy. I'm gonna give you his link. 1 second, guys. You can make a contract with him. Share link. How do I just copy? Just let me copy the link. Is this it? Here's his link here, guys. You know what? If you're on YouTube and you want Dimas and you want, just tell him Chris sent you. He'll be over the moon, and he'll know what you want. You're probably feeding his family. He's amazing, and he's an amazing guy. But listen, guys, if he gives you a price, you're allowed to negotiate. You know, it's not that you have to do exactly what he says. He is not an e-commerce person. He makes good images. You need to show him what to make. You need to guide the process. You need to tell him what you like and what you don't like. He's not a god, but he's terrific, and he works hard, and he over delivers. But you guys are the expert in e-commerce, thanks to the course that you're going through. Okay, just keep that in mind. A lot of people, I send them a resource, and they ask a question, they get a response, and they don't ask follow-up questions. Same thing happens with the supplier. This is your business, not the supplier's business. This is your business, not Dimas's business. Ask questions, direct. Tell them what you need. Tell them what information you don't understand. Tell them what wasn't good, what was good. How do you fix things? Okay, we don't just take answers at face value. You got to remember, you are the business owner. Step into it. All right, makes sense, everybody. And yeah, he's a good guy. So be nice to him. Tell him Chris sent you, and he'll look after you. And with that, guys, if any of you are watching, if you are looking for fulfillment, especially over on YouTube, there's a link in my description of my video. You can click it, w.app/conversion crusader. That will get you talking to me directly in WhatsApp. If you want Chinese fulfillment from my supplier, who supplies me, and we've made 10 million bucks together, literally 10 million, more than 10 million in sales. If you want him, just click the link. Jonathan, how do you send products without holding inventory? We do dropshipping, buddy. That's my supplier that I'm talking about. Literally. And I'll show you. This is Homecraftology of the past 5 years alone. We've done 6.4 million in US sales. There's over 10 million in Australian. And I've been doing this store for 8 years. I started with him. He created, well, I created my website, but he and I created these products together. He has an awesome, well, at the time, this was all he did at the time, just crafting kits. And together we crafted these, we made beautiful canvases, we printed them out, we did everything, we upgraded these kits, we did the whole 9 yards. And now we don't just sell crafting kits. Now he's a full fulfillment service. So if that's something that you want and you're looking to find out professional fulfillment from China, hit the link in the description of this video, w.app/conversion crusader. Come have a chat with me. Tell me how many products you want to sell per day, or how many you are selling per day, and I will hook you up with the supplier, and everyone gets to be happy. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Gotta go pick up my kid. You guys all have a lot of work to do, so I want to see some sales coming. In meantime, I'll be back on Sunday for some product reviews, and for those of you who want to follow my new journey, on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe. Here's a link to my YouTube for those in the chat. If you don't know what channel you're on, here's a link to my YouTube. Give me a sub, guys, and you'll get to follow me on my journey through all the highs and lows of the next store that I create live in front of your very eyes. I hope this one's not a failure, but if it is, I'm not going to stop this. I'm not going to stop the videos coming until I find major success. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Have a good night. Can this work in the UK as well? It works worldwide, my friend. Worldwide. Any country I can supply. I will see you all later.